All right, we're on page 21, Kenneth. We have the paper landscape like that. Everybody have that on page 21? You'll turn this in later. All right. I have one skinny column and then two rows. Two rows, sorry, 2 rows, 2 columns. All right, number 18 is an angle measure. We have already dealt with this. We've already talked about this. Let me see. 1. All right, so an angle measures our word 18. I checked, this class doesn't have it yet. All right, so before we talk about an angle measure, let's make sure we know what an angle is. It's formed by 2 rays with a common point called the vertex. So some people were asking, like, why do you have to have the words, pages 6 and 7? Because those words, like the word ray, we talk about them all year long. So the ray, if you remember, has 1 point, goes forever. And so it's 2 rays, that's your vertex where they meet. And that's what an angle is. We've talked about angles, we've talked about different types. We have solved for them, we've used angle measures. So, do you have a question, Luis? Question, David? Okay. Now, that is an angle. An angle measure measures how wide the opening of that angle is. How wide? So if you have a really, really small angle, it's like this, then it opens up a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more until it gets to 90, and it can open up all the other way to 180. Those are the angles that we've talked about so far. All right, please copy. Then we're going to do word 19. Then we'll practice with 19 in just a minute. Are you ready? Can I move it? All right. That's just so you can have a reference point. Even though we have already talked about it, Kenneth, we've already done these angles. Now this one's going to be new. 19 is naming an angle. Okay, I'm gonna use Ahad as an example, Sonia. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. So Ahad has a couple of names, right? She could be, you could call her Ahad Rahal, you could call her Ahad, or you could call her by her nickname Sada. Those all are the same person. So for an angle, you have 4 different names. All right, one of those names is the number. It has a number, so you name it by its number. The other way you could do this is by the vertex. That's the one in the middle. That's where the two rays meet. Then you can use 3 letters. And then the last way is using 3 letters, but going the opposite way. We'll do a couple of examples and you're going to do some examples by yourself. Now, word 18 is not going to be on your test. Oh, crap. And I forgot to put 19 on your test, but I'll have to do that. Oops. I'll be like, hopefully an easy test. Okay, let's do an example. Where's my pen? All right, here you have an example. Now, please listen carefully so you get this right. All right, the first one, the number. What's the number that they give you here for this angle? Do you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
5?
5, 6.
It's right here. It's 1. You could call it angle 1. That's E. All right, the vertex. Does anyone know what the vertex is? The one in the middle? Say again. Yep, that's the vertex. So the name of it could also be angle D. So when you talk about this angle, you could call it angle 1 or angle D. The other way to name this angle is by 3 letters. E, D, A. As long as you follow the shape of the angle. You can't go like E to A to D. Okay, remember that D is the vertex. All right, and then number 4, you do the same thing, but the opposite direction. So I started with E, now I'm gonna start with A. Now I'm gonna go this way. So for number 4, it'd be, which one is first? Can you tell me, Belkis? If I go the opposite way, what letters first? A, and then what, Roxar? And then what, Shirley? Yeah, E. That's it. As long as you follow the angle, like this black part, and you don't go from like, you know, whatever you want. As long as you follow the angle, you got it right. All right.